Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
We begin tonight with a war of words. This time, the UAW is lashing out at Stellantis with 6 days to go before the union's contract is set to expire. Oh, it didn't take long for the union to respond to the latest offer from Stellantis. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. I'm Karen Drew, in for Kimberly Gill.
And I'm Damon Fernandez, in for Devin Skillian. And as we speak, UAW President Shawn Fain is addressing his membership on Facebook. No doubt he'll expand his criticism of Stellantis' proposal. Well, right now, business editor Rod Maloney is here with a quick look at what's on the table. There's a lot on the table right now, and Shawn Fain, got to look at him himself.
Well, we're going to be talking about him in just a couple of minutes here, but let's first get into what it is precisely that Stellantis has put on the table. They're offering raises each year of the contract, adding up to 14.5% over 4 years. Then they're going to offer $6,000 inflation protection payments in year one, and then $4,500 in inflation protection payments over the final 3 years. And then they're also looking to make Juneteenth a paid holiday, giving starting temp workers a $20 an hour startup from 16. Stellantis Senior Vice President of North American Manufacturing, Mike Raisha, put out this video today.
This is a responsible and strong offer that positions us to continue providing good jobs for our employees today and in the next generation here in the U.S.
Okay, so Shawn Fain is not going to like this, considering his reaction. You just saw that there to the 4 GM offers. Were fairly similar, all 3 of them really, in the same neighborhood. And you may just may be wondering who it is that Shawn Fain is. Well, we're going to take a look here.
Quickly becoming the face of the UAW, Fain's Facebook videos are the new must-see TV.
This trash can is overflowing with the bull that the big 3 continue to peddle.
We first met the 54-year-old labor leader last December, an electrician by trade from Kokomo, Indiana. He started with Chrysler in 1994. He now lives in Shelby Township. He served as a union committeeman and top aide to UAW former Stellantis Vice President Cindy Estrada. He proudly carries around a 1940 Chrysler pay stub his grandfather Robert Carter earned. Fain features his family's UAW pedigree, including his grandfather, in a new UAW Facebook video.
Wasn't for organized labor, they wouldn't be getting the wages they're getting today.
Fain's not wavered a lick from what he told us then.
And I do believe this election, it's been a mandate to the companies that they better get ready because we're coming for them.
And so strikes are in the offing.
Definitely.
And he uses new media as a heavy weapon. This week, taking a question by CNBC's Brian Sullivan.
Do you feel like you worry that car prices may drop?
I believe it's price gouging. I believe it's corporate greed.
And turning it next day into a major media slam.
You don't hear the media wringing their hands over how big 3 profits are driving up the cost of cars.
Morningstar auto stock analyst David Whiston says of Fain,
I don't criticize Fain for representing the members. The UAW has been very effective this time around in terms of the PR and the communication. It's vastly improved. And it should be, frankly.
And sees big raises forthcoming, but also thinks Fain is overreaching with demands like a 32-hour work week and the return of pensions.
It could be an additional $80 billion of costs at each of the Detroit 3. To me, that really sets the companies up to either fail long-term or certainly not be very competitive long-term.
So I'm headed back to the newsroom now to watch Fain's Facebook Live. We'll be back at 6 with the highlights. We'll see if he's tossed anything else in the trash.
Are you hearing anything about unusual changes?
Well, you know, one thing I picked up today from a source close to the talks that says that the UAW is actually looking to end the contract at a different time of year. Think about this, the charity previews next week,
right,
same time as the strike. Well, maybe they look to do it, like, say, to the end of the year and not in the middle of the charity preview. So we'll have to see how that shakes out.
You've got a busy next couple of hours.
I'm out now.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Rod.
In other news, there's a new investigation launching in the connection to 2 Detroit police officers accused of roughing up a 20-year-old in front of his home. Now, this time, the Detroit Police Commissioners is handling this investigation. The incident happened last Wednesday afternoon. Police say the video is concerning. Well, Megan Woods is joining us now. Megan, the officers are on desk duty until that investigation is completed, we understand.
Yes, and during the Detroit Police Commissioners meeting last night, it was confirmed that that was actually a Terry stop, also known as stop and frisk. We're also hearing about a preliminary review that sheds light on the differences between the officers' reports and video evidence.
A preliminary observation of what happened is supported by 2 officers' body-worn cameras and the in-car video camera.
Chief Investigator Reverend Jerome L. Warfield Sr. read off the verbal exchange between the 2 officers and 20-year-old man. He also pointed out what he noticed was different from what the officers reported and video.
The explanation that officer gave does not match the facts of the video and the body-worn cameras that I observed.
Giving specific examples.
The other statement that says once the male observed the scout car, he pulled his shirt down and began to walk quickly away from the officers westbound on Riot Hill. That absolutely did not happen. According to the car dash video, it just didn't happen. His shirt was already over his pants and he was walking.
He says the case has been assigned to a senior investigator who will begin interviews immediately. A DPD internal affairs investigation is ongoing. And while due process is underway, Chief Investigator Warfield says it was important to share his review publicly.
We want to make sure that the community understands that we have a hand and a pulse on what's going on as relates to police misconduct. As you said, Mr. Chair, there are a number of cases that we don't bring, but these are the ones that, in our view, are escalated and go over and beyond.
Now, there were some commissioners and DPD administration at the meeting that felt it was inappropriate to share that information. Now, the mother of the 20-year-old that we spoke to last week, she said that she was at the meeting. She saw that presentation, and she wants to wait until that investigation and the other investigation wraps up, but she would like to see those officers suspended. Reporting live in Detroit, I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
All right, Megan, thanks for that update.
Watch the reaction now of this football team. This is a milestone moment for them to come in here and get this win.
It has been 16 hours. We're still buzzing over the Lions' huge win over the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, most of the pundits said their money was on the Chiefs, but the Lions managed to take care of business.
Yeah, Bernie is back in one piece from Kansas City and here with us now.
Barely.
Look, I heard those fans last night yelling your name.
It was Barney they were yelling, not Bernie.
They always mess it up, don't they?
No.
But look, this is only week 1.
Yes, exactly right. That's exactly what Campbell said after Dan Campbell said after the game. But the best thing that came out of that game last night seemed to have happened after the game. That's when Dan Campbell told everyone he and his team expected to win. In the past, the Lions hoped to win. Now they expect to win. Big change from what has been here for the past many, many years. We've got highlights. One of the bigger plays of the night came in the fourth quarter. Jared Goff to Josh Reynolds for 33 yards. That came after he made a catch for 18 yards. It all led to the 8-yard game-winning touchdown by David Montgomery. Afterwards, safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson told Jamie Edmonds he was jawing with the Chiefs all game long.
Did they not believe you? Do you have to say it a couple times?
No, we had to go out there and hit them a couple times. Like, it ain't me talking. My pass doing the talking. So I ain't trying to sound cocky arrogant. I'm just doing what my coach told me to do. Go out there and let your pass do the talking. So that's the best thing we could do.
I think you guys did that. I mean, there weren't many guys open, so therefore he had to scramble.
We got the best DBs in the league right now. Sorry.
Wait, say that again?
We got the best DBs in the league right now. I'm sorry.
Doesn't have to apologize for that. The best DBs, defensive backs in the league. Now, 1 week from Sunday, the Seattle Seahawks will be here, and for some reason, the word letdown does not enter the picture. That's because, you know, Dan Campbell has put the kibosh on any thoughts like that. Very impressive last night.
What was it like on the field?
They kept their control. That's what it was, because the noise and the sound, that is the worst place to play in the NFL because of the crowd and everything, and Seattle also. But they really kept their composure and really did well down the stretch. And defense was huge. That really was turned around.
Great.
Yeah, Bernie. We'll talk about the hype. The hype surrounding the Lions was already through the roof before the game. Now it's hit a whole new stratosphere.
That's right. Lions merch flying off the shelves, and we still haven't even hit week 2 of the season. Shawn Lay in Livonia for us had a spot that was just waiting for fans this morning.
Pro Sports Zone, Laurel Park Place here in Livonia. John Yu owns this place. He has been ordering and bringing in Lions gear since last year, knowing fans are so excited for the season. And then he was up all night ordering more gear like this, knowing fans after that win would be coming in to get new, fresh Lions gear. One of the first customers in here today came from Traverse City. Where do you come in from?
Traverse City, Michigan.
You drove in today?
Yes, sir.
Lions superfan Chris Blake drove to Pro Sports Zone in Livonia this morning from Traverse City, here to pick up more Lions gear. That is how loyal he is to the Lions and to this shop that is a Lions fan's dream. Chris is decorating a barn he built up north just for Lions games.
Yep. What size shoe need?
John Yu is the owner of Pro Sports Zone. He's also a Lions superfan, predicting a win before yesterday's stunner in KC.
Yeah, I texted you last night before the game. I said they're going to win 27-23, but hey, I'll take 21-20 all day, every day. W's a W.
From fans freaking out last night inside Renshaw Lounge in Clawson, to Detroit's own Lions superfan G-Mac Cash dropping more fire.
We going to the Super Bowl. We the Lions.
Ralph Bedusik of Livonia says, think about what the Lions and their fans have been through just recently.
Into the corner. Touchdown.
Calvin Johnson rule, flag pickup against Dallas, just to name two of dozens of disappointments. After last night, he is a believer.
I have not owned one Lions shirt in my lifetime.
Not one?
Not one.
But here you've got a bunch in your hand.
Yes, I do. I'm ready to jump on the train.
We're live now outside Ford Field. If you're sitting at home and you're not a Lions fan saying, what is the big deal? This is more fun because the Lions found a way to win that game last night. In the past, maybe they would have found a way to lose that game. If you're a Lions fan, you know this is more fun. They found a way to win the game. As Bernie mentioned, guys, Lions back here not this Sunday, next Sunday versus Seattle. So this craziness and the Kool-Aid is only going to flow more as we go to game number 2 now. Live outside Ford Field, Shawn Fain, Local 4. Back to you.
All right, sounds good. Love the excitement. Thanks, Shawn.
All right, now to the weather as we take a live look outside from our Metro Airport Skycam. Things are running pretty smoothly in Romulus today. Only a handful of delays so far. Well, cloudy and cool seems to be the theme of the day right now.
Yeah, let's go over to Kim Adams and take a look at what's in store for the weekend.
Well, you know, that shot from the airport almost made it look like it's going to rain at any second, but there's nothing showing up now on Exact Track 4D radar. We've just got some clouds and a couple holes in the clouds here and there allowing for sunshine, but that's the exception, not the rule. 64 in Pontiac, 66 in Mount Clemens, upper 60s out at the airport, and 63 in Howell. We do have just a little bit of humidity out there, but otherwise just quite a few clouds. You can see by the visible satellite, we're pretty much just socked in with clouds this afternoon and evening, but those clouds will be scouring out just in time for the weekend. If you're headed to a football game tonight, whether it's the 4 Frenzy game of the week or any high school football game, I mean, it depends on how you feel when temperatures are in the 60s. Some people like a lot of layers when it's 60, and some people are fine in their shorts. But I would maybe take along a sweatshirt as that sun goes down. It will get a little cool tonight.